I have some food, and I have some cheap wine, and we're gonna talk about a movie review today. And the movie review is Cannibal Mukbang that was made in 2023. Tostadas. Oh, it's ceviche. Fuck yeah. That's how you pronounce it, right? Anyway, Cannibal Mukbang was a 2023 horror rom-com movie. I don't remember who the director was, but I do remember seeing an 83 or 93 on Rotten Tomatoes about it, which is crazy because this is not ceviche. This is tuna. They lied to me. Whatever. Free food is free food. Um, and it's about this mukbanger named Ash. I know, ironic, because I'm eating and my name is Ash, but that's not the fucking point. And technically, she's like this manic pixie dream girl, and she falls in love with this guy named Mark, and Mark falls in love with her, and then she falls in love with Mark. And Mark is like this really, really, really socially awkward fucking like food delivery assistant guy. When you talk on the phone and your delivery is wrong, that's him. Anyway, I think this is ceviche. It's just made with tuna for some reason. I thought it was chicken. Um. So anyway, they bump into a liquor store at 2 a.m. in the morning, and he kind of falls in love with her, and she hits him with his car. Yeah, he goes right, and then from there we learn that Mark has like this plate in his fucking head, which is never really touched upon in the rest of the movie, except for when like Ash caused him like brain damage. And I feel like it's getting like rusty and infected throughout the movie because the thing about like Ash is that she's a fucking cannibal, 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 cannibal. She eats people. And she does mukbangs online, so she's eating these burgers and these meatballs, and she's like, ah, nah, 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 nah. It's like very squeamish, and there's like body horror and body gore, but it's not as bad as you would assume it would be. And there's like a couple of sex scenes. It's honestly this really interesting fucking movie. Um, she only eats rapists, serial killers, the pedophiles, stuff like that. The very non-famous, the Ted Bundys of the world, in her quote, the ones that haven't been caught yet, the ones that aren't famous. And so she eats them, and we learn her backstory, and it's really interesting. And the parallels, but she's feeding Mark these fucking men. She's feeding Mark these men. And at first I thought she was gonna eat Mark, but she doesn't. I mean, I think she falls in love with him, but throughout the movie, you start to realize that it's kind of a symbolism for the fact that the way Ash feels about Mark is so deep and intense compared to the way that Mark feels about Ash. Obviously, it's deep and intense, but not on the same level. She would have done anything for her, and by the end of the movie, we start to realize that Mark probably wouldn't have done everything for her. So this is gonna be a little bit of a spoiler, but Mark's brother is a huge misogynistic piece of shit. Every single time I heard him talk in the movie, I was like, shut up. Shut up. I don't want to fucking hear about you, bitch. I don't hear about you. You talking weird about your fucking wife, your kids. I don't know. At first I thought it was just a prick. But no, turns out he's a murderer. He's a murderer and he's a fucking necrophiliac. Ugh. Mm. Strawberry. Yeah, it's really good. I'm going to the club, by the way. Anyway, is this huge piece of shit. And come to find out, he's a murderer, necrophiliac, a pedophile, you name it. That motherfucker's on like Diddy's D list, I guess. And so, Ash picks him as a victim, not knowing it's Mark's brother. So when she kills him, and literally right before this, Mark is in his like bathroom because like they kind of had a fight and they broke up because like Ash said I love you, and then Mark was like, oh, do you really, I don't believe you, I don't believe you, I don't believe you, I don't believe you. And so then his brother goes to Mark and he's like, Mark, go tell this girl that you love her, but first take a shower. So Mark goes and he goes over to the house, and then he sees his brother and Ash making out, being like, but Ash is in disguise because she like put the disguise on when she like kills people, and she's about to murder him because he's about to rape her. He was literally about to fucking rape her, like knock her out. By the way, the acting is so funny and mediocre in this movie, but I think it's done on purpose to give it that rom com feeling because you have Cannibal and Guts and all this like killing these horrible pieces of shit, but then you have a give me a kiss, Mark. Kind of really. Also, at the end of the movie, Mark chooses his brother over Ash, literally letting his brother escape, and Ash kills him. It is very climax like ending. It's really, really fucking sad, but I think it's a very beautiful rom com comedy horror movie with a little bit of psychological horror like sprinkled in there. because there are parallels. Like when you learn in Ash's backstory that the reason she became a cannibal was because the dude who kidnapped her and her sister was a cannibal, and he fucking ate her sister, and then he was like tried to rape her, but then she like bit his dick off, and then she fucking ate him, and that's how she started. That's how she started eating men. Um, but Mark, first of all, Mark did not consent to eat humans. And I think that's really interesting because Ash like forced him to eat humans, and he did not know. And that's a parallel between like him, him and the dude that Ash like killed in the beginning, like her first victim, because the old dude who like kidnapped Ash and her sister forced Ash to eat her own sister. So Ash is now forcing Mark to eat. And it's kind of like in this like sick, perverse little love way. Obviously, Ash isn't as like fucked up as the dude who like kidnaps children and like sexually assaults them, but she's still pretty fucked up. It's a really interesting parallel because when Ash eats it, she does it for like a sense of justice, a sense that she's craving it, she needs it, because in this world she needs to eat or else she's gonna go fucking crazy. But Mark doesn't do it for any sense of justice. He just does it because he craves it. Something that Ash has forced on him. And yeah, I don't know, I give the movie 8 out of 10. I really fucking liked it. I was a little scared going into it because I have like such a like I have a positive association with food, so the idea of having like food and horror in one thing, it kind of freaked me out a little bit. It's also like the food fetish thing. I'm not a fan of food fetish, no, and there's nothing wrong with it. You can be into it if you want, but I'm just not into it. I'm just not into it because it's like I don't want to be eating a fucking burger and in my mind it's just like it's you.